Hello, everybody. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Anime Johnny, but people just call me Johnny. Of course, that's not my real life name. I just go by that on the internet. And in this video, I'm here to talk about AnimeBroMii. I'm not talking about his content. Okay, maybe a little bit of his content, but I'm talking about the allegations that have been, going around on YouTube, rumors, whatever. And have y'all know that AnimeBroMii is actually a pedophile? You didn't know that? Yeah, well, the truth hurts, but yeah, it's true. If y'all are fans of him, then I don't recommend you watching this video. If you are a fan of him and you like his content and everything. But this video is about me exposing what he has done in the past. All that stuff. And, I'm about to do that. I'll go to my Google Doc, and I didn't make this document. I did not make this document, but I didn't make it was a person. I know whoever wrote this document. I know the person, in fact, not in real life. It's just from other YouTube videos that I seen, and that's how I know the person. Anyway, allow me to read this disclaimer before I begin. This was created not to evoke any form of harassment. The purpose of this document is to warn people, especially minors, about this man, so that no one else suffers at the hands of this horrible person. I highly recommend you block and make a call-out post of AnimeBroMii rather than harassing him for his action, regardless if you have been victimized by him or not. I've been waiting to make a lengthy document after people have privately messaged me their experiences with this particular user. All right, here we go. All right, let me read this warning. Warning, this document covers topics that are considered sensitive and uncomfortable, which includes but is not limited to pedophilia, cyberbullying, racism, emotional abuse, manipulation, trauma, grooming, online sexual harassment, suicide, etc. I don't know why the lines are here, but I think it's just space, put the space, because this is just, the top is just selling you something. It's kind of a table of contents, right? Sort of like that. No, I don't think so. Well, anyway, back to the script. All right. You may heard of this YouTuber or watched their videos from sometime between 2011 and 2014, where Angie and his twin brother Isaac made gaming videos using plush toys, most notably with plush toys of characters from franchises such as Super Mario and Sonic the Hedgehog. As of 2021, well, it's not anymore, it's 2022 now, but I guess when this document was typed, yeah, okay. He has approximately 327,000 subscribers, which that is way too little, to be honest, considering the fact that he's been YouTubing for 11 years, I think, though. Still, how did you not hit a million? AnimeBroMii, you suck. I'm sorry, you suck. You're trash. Although he's a happy-go-lucky and energetic in his videos, he has engaged in questionable or inappropriate behavior outside of his YouTube channel. Several of my friends used to be associated with him back then, but have since moved on after learning of his disgusting behavior. Overview Angie's socials. YouTube, AnimeBroMii, Angie Chan. I did not realize that he had a YouTube channel named Angie Chan. Twitch, AnimeBroMii TV, AnimeBroGaming. Instagram, AnimeBroMii TV, Bunny Kuma Tenshi, Skype, NGBon.chan, DeviantArt, NGBon, Twitter, AnimeBroMii, which has been deleted, Facebook, NGBon.chan, Discord, NGBon, number 3502, ID 6131607027057955102. Isaac, his twin brother, only has YouTube and Instagram. Not so much. So several of his victims came forward with their stories detailing of how Angie or Isaac, or even both brothers, have engaged in behaviors such as grooming, manipulation, pedophilia, flirting, emotional abuse, cyberbullying, online sexual harassment, ghosting, etc. There are more known victims of the pedos, so this will be updated whenever new info arrives. Now, victim a statement. let's see. Just to give y'all a heads up, I'm not gonna be able to read this flawlessly because I have a sore throat, and I'm I don't know why I cough a lot. I hate it, but screw it, whatever. I'm gonna do because I'm doing this. I don't care about the views, to be honest. I just want to get these guys off the platform after what they done, and I do know a few victims. I'm not gonna say their names because like it's personal. It's personal. I bet they want to remain secret by random people who they don't know about. Also, there's a clip that I'm willing to show y'all, and if this video get deleted by AnimeBroMii on YouTube, I am gonna re-upload it. I'm gonna keep this, and there is no way that he is gonna get away with his actions. No way. I mean, I don't care. I don't care about his viewers or his fans if they're gonna attack me. I do not care, man. These guys need to go to jail, man. All right. Victim A statement. Victim A has not come out with their full statement, but made these tweets. Okay, then. So Victim A, he or she hasn't made a full. Is still working on it. So I'm guessing. You know what? I'll still read it. All right. So, there will be a time I will come out with my story between myself and AnimeBroMii. I am not the only person he's hurt, and people need to know what he did to me and others. Right now, all I'm saying is that he hurt me. He emotionally hurt me, and what was I left with? Emotional trauma. I'll go into more detail when I have things sorted. My point is, please don't support content creators who use their influence to hurt people. That is true. Because sometimes people on the internet are not... they look like good people, but they're not good people. Anyway, so let's see. Where did I start? Oh, right here. So this person was in a relationship with Angie, and his brother Isaac treated this person poorly, but he and this person didn't interact as much as this person did with Angie or Angel. I don't know. Angel, Angie, who cares? Anyway, Victim B. Now, Victim B, I know who this person is because, like, on YouTube videos of the AnimeBroMii Exposed situation, they told the YouTuber, Sway McSwagger. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce your YouTube channel right. Oh, shout out to you, by the way. But I know who this since you know who this victim's name is, I'm sure, people will know. But anyway, I'll go read on this person's story. I didn't want to do this, but I never thought I had to do this, but here we are. This is like my 5th attempt trying to write this without having a mental breakdown. Hopefully, you may or may not have heard rumors floating around that AnimeBroMii are pedophiles and or bad people. Yes, this is true. And please, don't brush or ignore this off because how much you either love this content, idolize them, etc. We, us victims, know that what we have to say about this is all 100% true. We wouldn't lie about something so serious of a topic as this. What happened to all of us was unfortunately all too real and true and left us all seriously damaged. Despite the lack of visual evidence in mine and possibly other victims' responses in this document, please understand that mostly the cause of most of us trying to start anew and getting away from our past trauma, and also no one uses Facebook anymore besides way older people now. That is true. A lot of people who use Facebook are pretty old, but anyways. My side has to do mostly with Angie, as during the entire 6 years of knowing ABM myself, I had no connection with Isaac at all. I only have knowledge of what Angie himself tells me about him and what other victims claim. Sorry, guys. I have met and known Angie from 2013 to late 2020. At the time, I was a minor, 14 or 15 to be exact, while he was 22. Bro, that is a 8 to 15. That is like an 8 to 7 year. That's 7 to 8 year age gap, bro. What the heck, AnimeBroMii? You're nasty. You're nasty, man. I have known and been acquainted with him from an old friend of mine back then. I didn't know he was a big YouTuber until he said himself to me when we first started speaking. I think the same old friend I mentioned earlier may have said to me that they were a big YouTuber. Oh, sorry, they were a YouTuber, but not a big one. So I just assumed that they were just a normal small YouTuber and didn't really care for that, to be quite honest. I myself don't care about popularity of meeting famous, well-known people. So when he told me to check out his channel for the first time, I didn't. The second time when he asked me if I checked out his channel, I quickly checked out just to give him a quick response as he was asking me right at the moment when I realized he was a plush tuber. I'm not gonna lie, I cringed, Loki. I'm not into plush tubers. I apologize. But to be polite to him, at the time, I told him he had some cool content. Now, this person does have a point about cool content. Back in the old days, his content was better than the content that he's using right now. But, yeah. Okay. Anyway, as the more we talk and engage, we eventually and secretly became a couple. Despite my old friend warning me to stay away from Angie, which in complete honestly, I totally forgot their warning. I had unfortunately got caught into this terrible person's life very quickly. Me being young, dumb, and unacknowledged fully to be the problematic situation I was in. I thought much of the age gap. I ignored the problems, and he starts before meeting me and became enamored with him. Sorry, I didn't believe anyone's claims, sides, or anything if it wasn't coming from Angie at the time. I was too protective and defensive of him. He made me have these strong, terrible feelings for him because in the end, everything he said about some of my old friends and other acquaintances were all false. He groomed me in more ways than one. Bro, no way. I can't believe he groomed you, man. Can't believe he groomed you, Victim B. Man. Jeez. Let me turn on my camera to show my response to what Angie did to this victim. Screw you. Screw you. Screw you, Angie Chan. So sexually and graphically with actual gifts he sent me, emotionally pressured me into uncomfortable situations and more. This pedophile most likely still has my address and underage nudes of myself. Are you serious? What the heck? What kind of a person are you, Angie? Man, what the fudge? Why do you have underage pictures of a minor while you're in your freaking mid-20s? Go find somebody your own age, you nasty pedophile, you stupid YouTuber. I remember he would occasionally resend them and tell me he was getting explicit with them. Bro, oh my god, bro. My god, dude, this is nasty. And this happened until I was a young adult, and during the moment, I started to confront him about ending our relationship because of how horrible of a person he is. I unfortunately and stupidly understood the type of problematic relationships I was into late. On a daily basis, Angie would insult my intelligence and age, tell me that he is not only Mr. Right to me, but to everyone else that was in his life. Well, talking to him about certain things, mostly about life and serious topics, you cannot disagree with him because he'll just insult you and he'll think you'll just be sensitive because he thinks anything that he says isn't wrong at all. He would even dare to call you autistic for being wrong or disagreeing with him. Autistic. Bro, I bet he doesn't even know what autistic even means. This is one of the many ways he'll manipulate and hurt you. He will also prefer Skype calls with me than texting because you can't really tell emotions through text, which is also true because all you're doing is just typing in words and all that, so you can't actually see their facial expression. All right, back to the script. This isn't a problem when it's simply put out to just that, but him knowing me for a while, I was a minor at the time. He very much knows my personality, and such at this point, this was just an excuse for him to do explicit things to me on camera, and he will always try to get me to turn on my webcam so he can see me as he does it. He will get defensive and start manipulating me to do so. He even tried to force me to do explicit things to him on webcam. He would also do things to make me more into him. An example being him actually cosplaying as one of my favorite comfort characters and doing explicit things to me while in that cosplay, roleplay essentially. Angie would also try to get into my old friend groups, which really isn't a problem, but because of him and because of me knowing how dangerous he is to everyone, especially to underage children, aka minors, under the age of 18, this is a problem. And I was too late to realize he unfortunately did get in touch with most of my old and ex-friends, and I never thought much of it at the time because I didn't think of anything I was doing with him was wrong at the time. In addition, Angie will do tons of things to bring me down, even if he thinks he never did anything wrong. Other than what I just explained, he would also cheat on me on Omegle with Asian girls. That is his preference, and most likely kink, fetish, whatever you want to call this, in some education. He would often tell me not to go to college after I graduate high school only because he felt and tried to scare me out to applying to college. This ended up making me transfer schools and graduate way too late out of depression. Insult my appearance. Not only am I'm not Asian looking enough for him, he was the one who came on to me in the first place. FYI, I am not Asian, and I am not putting out my ethnicity out there for privacy reasons, making me feel ashamed of my body and illness. I am not diagnosed with anything, but I have really weak immune system where I will get sick fairly easily. The body shaming part comes from when after we did explicit things to each other, he acted sick afterwards and told me because of my weak body I made him ill. And there's probably more, but while typing this, I cannot recall them at that moment. There is another thing he has done to groom me, but I will not explain in full detail, nor I will say which ones I was in for personal reasons. Yeah, don't do that. If it's for personal reasons, then you don't have to say it, of course. I'm one of the individuals that was part of his videos back then. Behind the scenes in one of them, I was forced to cry. This took about maybe an hour to do because I was hesitant and scared the entire time. Despite me hesitantly agreeing to his request, he would make me cry by telling me terrible things like death to my loved one. Okay, bro, that is so freaking messed up. That's kind of messed up, man. Trying to make somebody to cry just to do a video. Dude, by telling them terrible things like the death of their loved ones. Andy Chan, you are messed up. Oh, and Isaacon, I'm gonna get to you later, man. I'm gonna get to you later. Well, in another video. Oh yeah, and I'm not gonna be able to read this entire document because I don't think I have enough time to fully read this whole document and still upload this, because my Wi-Fi kind of sucks. Anyway, in the middle of a relationship, things got real messy, and it was mostly because of an ex-friend of ABM's, Kevin Yuan. They are just as bad as Angie and traumatized and abused me just as much. I had escaped all social medias and contacts with them and everyone else for maybe 3 years. Foolishly, I returned back to my abuser Angie again. This is me stupidly not knowing the full situation of my relationship with him at the time. And we then again started our relationship from where we left off. Not for long though. Around the middle-ish of 2018, being a young adult now, taking light now of certain things, certain serious topics, and understanding more about different types of abuse in relationships, etc., I snapped. I was disgusted, heartbroken, scared for my life, and incredibly ashamed of myself for realizing so late. It took about maybe a month or two to break it off with Angie during that time, and it was not easy in the slightest, and the evidence I would provide, it would show how Angie reacts to the breakup with me. Please keep in mind while reading that I was using tactics from what I learned about him and being very careful with my word choices with him to not tick him off or worse. Essentially trying to break it off as soft as I could with him because he cannot take rejection. He will use the suicide card way too often amongst other things to try to make you regret your choices, and also threaten to call you out with the video for his channel so he can get his fans to attack you. Honestly, if he's going to do that to me when I make this video, I do not care. You are not going to take me down that easily, Angie. Anyway, we did eventually finally break it off, and I stopped contact with him everywhere and there where it finally ends. For a few instances of his Twitch channel, however, he will break down on stream in hopes that I'm watching him because he couldn't he couldn't take not being with me anymore. Unfortunately, I foolishly fall for that once, but after that, please believe I have stopped completely now. I am 100% free and away from these disgusting people now. I am finally now in a better environment and headspace these days. You may be thinking, sorry, there are so many red flags throughout all this. Why didn't you leave sooner? Believe me, I had felt those red flags many times, but I never knew what a red flag was and why I felt hesitant with him a lot of times. It unfortunately took me to an early adult years to understand. I was young and very stupid. I was also alone that was born very lonely, antisocial, extremely introverted, and never had friends in IRL or in real life. I still don't to this day. I have been very fearful of people since I started school, and with this in my life now and forever will be, it's tenfold. But I'd rather have no friends at all than be in a disgusting, abusive relationship. I will agree with that too. Not having friends and being in a disgusting, abusive relationship. F you, Angie Chan. To conclude, this is my unfortunate experience with ABM, mostly Angie. I was groomed, sexually assaulted, emotionally assaulted, manipulated, and abused altogether. It has left me traumatized for life. It changed me to the worst. I lost friends and made poor choices because of how his actions affected me, and scared of social media even more, depleted my memory, and I eventually went into the hospital because of this. I suffered from an intense migraine that lasted for about a month right after the breakup with him. I would still get them at times, but more so when I have to be reminded of him again. I take medications for these migraines if they are really bad. Again, please read everyone's side to this and spread the word. I mean, he cannot continue to have a platform and continue his disgusting ways with people, especially underage children. He really not what many of you think he is. They're not good people in the slightest. And everyone finally must know. Thank you very much for reading. Side note, I have more evidence on my old Facebook, but it's long been deactivated. So unfortunately, the crucial information is gone. This breakup is the only evidence I have left. Also, with reading the evidence, Angie's writing has poor grammar. I'll try to leave notes along the way. Lastly, things in evidence may look cut off or change, and that is due to some privacy reasons and because the topics that are not important to the problem. Oh yeah, apparently, her the Facebook link has the evidence, and of course the Instagram. Now, I'm not gonna be able to cover that in this video because I don't have that much storage. So I will post this on YouTube when I have the time, and when that does, I'll save it up in case Angie or Isaac try to delete my video or even report my channel. So yeah, I have many other YouTube accounts and YouTube channels that are privated so that they can't find me or can't find them and delete them. So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching this video, and you can subscribe to me if you want. And also, Victim B, I'm so sorry for what he did to you, but luckily let's work together, and maybe if you have any social media, I can probably tell you mine in the comments so that maybe we can be friends. All right, anyway, bye guys. Again, let's spread this out because we gotta take this dude down, because with the power of God and karma and the power of teamwork, we're gonna take this dude off the platform and go straight to jail.